Hello everyone. The topic of my presentation is in vitro solubility, drug release, and permeability assessment of an iprocertan mesylate nanosuspension. So just the brief introduction about the project. Nearly 40 to 70% of all new hits estimated to have a poor solubility and poor permeability because of high throughput screening and combinatorial chemistry. Among us, these molecules, the molecules which we have selected for nanosuspension preparation is iprocertan mesylate, which has poor solubility, poor dissolution rate, poor permeability, and the molecule has been reported also a PGP substrate. Owing to all these reasons, iprocertan mesylate has a poor bioavailability of 13%. So the objective of the study was to firstly optimize the nanosuspension formulation and then to compare the performance of optimized formulation with the pure drug for solubility, in vitro release, and permeability studies. The first part in experimental section is to prepare iprocertan mesylate nanosuspension by controlled precipitation of methanolic EPM solution in stabilizer dispersion. The stabilizer used was Soluplus. After controlled precipitation, the resultant suspension was analyzed for particle size. The batch with the optimum particle size was subsequently then lyophilized using cryoprotectant mannitol to convert it into a dry EPM nanosuspension. So these were the formulation and processing variables for optimized EPM nanosuspension. The liquid nanosuspension formulation had Z average particle size of 149 nanometer with PDI of 0.278, while the zeta potential was minus 9.72. Since we have used Soluplus, a steric stabilizer for stabilization of nanosuspension formulation, zeta potential was found to be sufficient to provide stabilization to liquid suspension. We have then lyophilized the product because of additional advantages over the liquid dosage form like ease of administration and better handling than liquid form. The lyophilized product had was redispersed, which had Z particle size of 162 nanometer. The images of TEM of redispersed EPM nanosuspension, which shows discrete, smooth, and spherical nanoparticles. We have then performed saturation solubility studies in water, including buffer system and in various biorelevant media. The EPM nanosuspension had highest solubilization capability in phosphate buffer pH 6.8 when compared with other tested dissolution mediums. Opposingly, in biorelevant media, fasted state media, EPM nanosuspension has shown improvement in solubility, while in fed state media, nanoionization could not improve the solubility. So to sum up, ascribed to the nanometric size, saturation solubility of iprocertan mesylate dry nanosuspension was significantly high in all medias when compared with the pure API and its physical mixture. The dissolution study were then conducted in type 2 dissolution apparatus with water, 0.1 normal HCl, acetate buffer, pH 4.5, and phosphate buffer, pH 6.8. It was observed that EPM dry nanosuspension showed better dissolution behavior in all tested buffer system and water when compared with the pure API and its physical mixture. So the increase in dissolution rate was fundamentally attributed to smaller particle size, which renders the higher surface area and also reduces the diffusion layer thickness. Whereas higher dissolution velocity was attributed to lack of aggregation and easy redispersibility of EPM dry nanosuspension. To sum up dissolution studies, the reduced particle size of EPM dry nanosuspension formulation promoted the saturation solubility and in vitro dissolution in all mediums with no pH dependence. We have further performed permeability studies in various models. The first model was PAMPA model, which is a non-cell based model which provides us insight about the transcellular passive permeability of molecule, which is independent of the complexity of active mechanisms. The commercial BD Gentest pre-coated lipid membrane plates were used for determining the permeability. Lucifer yellow was used as a low permeability marker and also to check the integrity of the membrane. Generally, molecules which have a permeability of less than 4 into 10 raised to power minus 6 centimeters second inverse are poorly permeable. In our case, iprocertan had permeability of 1.3, whereas iprocertan mesylate nanosuspension had permeability of 12.7. So it gives a 9 times higher, formulation had a 9 times higher permeability when compared with the API and its corresponding physical mixture. So then we have also done the validation studies to overcome the doubt that Soluplus might have compromised the integrity of membrane, increasing the permeability of iprocertan. So the permeability was checked in presence of the dispersion containing similar amount of excipient as that of EPM dry nanosuspension. So the result reveals less than 2% difference in the both, which concluded that the increase in effective permeability of EM dry nanosuspension is result of particle size reduction to colloidal range. We have also conducted mass balance studies and the percent recovery was 98 to 105%, which says that it has no formulation had no non-specific binding to the membrane or to the plate. Then drug transport through red gut sec was evaluated to further support the PAMPA results, which fails to predict the permeability through paracellular or active transport. So these are the flux rates of everted gut sac model. These results indicate that permeation of iprocertan varied along with the site of intestinal segment. The transport through the intestinal segment of iprocertan was highest in duodenum, and it was significantly decreased in jejunum and ileum. So these changes were attributed to the regional difference in the physiological characteristic of intestinal segment. These are the apparent permeability values for nanosuspension formulation compared with its physical mixture and EPM API. So to sum up, nanometric size of iprocertan mesylate nanosuspension and not the composition of formulation was attributed to increase the permeability. Nanoparticles may get entangled with the mucin layer, which may prolong the residence time and facilitate the diffusion across the unstirred water layer, thus decreasing the effective thickness of unstirred water layer, providing access to microvilli of intestinal enterocytes. Then we have conducted CACO2 permeability studies in both the direction apical to basolateral and basolateral to apical side. It was observed that formulation had an 11-fold higher apparent permeability compared with the micrometric size of iprocertan mesylate physical mixture. Bidirectional studies were performed both in A to B and B to A. Since intestinal countertransport play an important role in iprocertan permeability, low oral bioavailability. So efflux ratio for pure API was 5.1, whereas for EPM nanosuspension it was 0.052. Physical mixture was included in the protocol to evaluate the influence of solubles. It was observed that TR value remained constant during the span of experiment, and there was a insignificant difference between the paracellular permeability of Lucifer yellow before and after the experiments, which concludes that solubles might not have an effect on iprocetan mesylate permeability. So the higher contact area between the drug and epithelial cells might have resulted in steep increase in concentration gradient across the monolayer, favoring the higher flux rate, while as colloidal particles also have to found to increase the adhesion and provide an easier penetration within the epithelial layer. So to sum up, EPM permeation of redispersed nanosuspension happens through transcellular pathway rather than the paracellular route across the Caco2 monolayer. So the features of these formulation with respect to its solubility and dissolution rates are that it has markedly improved the solubility and dissolution. The optimized formulation optimized dry EPM nanosuspension provide enhanced EPM permeation in Pampa, Caco2 permeability, and everted gut sac model. The good association was found between Pampa, Caco2, and everted gut sac permeation, which results that permeability predominantly occurred through the passive diffusion mechanism. Thank you.